I finally belong, which is awesome. I was always the person that thought they were switched at birth because I'm the dark one and everybody else is blonde and blue-eyed. And
right, and you have brown eyes.
Brown and
dark hair.
Well, purple hair. Purple. I cover it up very well.
Yeah. So when you were a really little kid, you were already wondering, like, if you were switched at birth.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because my sister, she'd go outside, like my twin, she'd go outside and burn, and then there's me, and I'd be like super brown. And my grandpa used to call me his Indian princess because I was so dark.
Okay, so let's get to the point where you discovered through your mom that you had a birth father out there that was not the man who was raising you.
Well, so we did a 23andMe DNA test because my mom's adopted. So I was like, hey, let's do one. It was on sale. And we got a bunch of awesome information. I found a family of hers, a half-brother, half-sister, and her aunt is still alive. And there's like a 20 years difference for her siblings.
And she didn't know any of these people?
No. She was happy being adopted. She had loved her family. I just wanted to know for health reasons. And then I was like, oh, okay, let's get one for Dad and for my son, because we're estranged from my son's birth family too. And it came back that he was not my biological father. I'm Métis and Norwegian and European. And the dad that raised me is 100% from France.
So when you discovered this, it was probably pretty validating for you that, like, you're not crazy.
I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Well, growing up, because, you know, you go through biology with school, they're like, oh, well, you can't have a B positive blood type if your parents are this. And I'm like, okay. And, you know, having brown eyes and everybody else being blue or hazel, that was... Yeah, I was like, oh, well, this all makes sense. I was in shock.
Yeah, it doesn't add up.
100% in shock, though. Yeah. So,
how long did it take for you to kind of embrace that and be like, okay, now I need to discover, like, who am I really? It's an identity thing.
Oh, it 100% is, because I grew up saying I was French.
Yeah.
And I'm not French.
No.
Not one bit. Yeah. I was in shock for a good month. My mom, she's got the beginning of dementia, so she couldn't quite remember who my biological dad was. Took her about 6 months. And Christmas Eve, she decides to tell me, hey, I found this picture. Do you recognize anybody? And then she points out who my biological dad is. So then she remembered the name, and I was like, okay, I belong. So I went to church, actually, and I sat there with my minister, and I just bawled. I was like, I belong somewhere. Like, I'm not the odd duck in the family. Like, I actually have a place.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have a place anyways, but it just, you always feel kind of weird.
Right, like you're not a mistake or someone who's just randomly on the earth. Like you're here with a purpose, and you have people that you're connected to.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Wow.
And then, so I Googled my dad's name. He passed away 20 years ago of a heart attack. So I didn't get to meet him. And then through that, I found out I had a half-brother, and he lives in Saskatchewan.
And that's the brother that
That's
you met?
the brother I met. And apparently he was in for quite a bit of a shock when I randomly messaged him on Facebook.
So, okay, so you went on 23andMe, like, recently?
Yes, so in the past couple years. It's been about 2 years before meeting.
Wow. So that's a lot of years of, like, just growing up and not knowing that you have other blood relatives out there. And now finally, as an adult, you're like, I want to find out. Like, I'm going to move forward.
Well, yeah, like, it's been shocking. It's been great for health-wise.
Yeah. Right, you wanted to find out about
health issues, so my mom has 2 variants of the Alzheimer's genes. So, and then finding her family, we managed to, her mom had Alzheimer's really bad in her late 80s. And a lot of people on that side of the family have it.
Yeah.
I have 1 variant, my son and my sister has one. And then I found out there's heart conditions on my biological dad's side of the family.
Right, he passed away with heart disease.
And he was relatively active and...
Shoot.
Yeah, so we all get checked, and I'm glad I did, because now I've got some heart stuff I have to take care of. And
right.
I'm well ahead of the game.
Good.
So it's good.
So there's this half brother that you just met this weekend. There are others. Do you have anyone else that you're like, I'm going to reach out to them and meet them?
Well, I reached out to my biological dad's widow.
Oh.
They weren't together, like they hadn't met yet when I happened. But she really wants to meet me. She lives in BC. And we had a really great conversation, how much my dad would have loved us. He loved kids.
Yeah.
He just wasn't around.
Yeah.
But as like an older person, he loved kids. He was really involved in his community, and I think they even had a tournament in his name after he passed away. So yeah, so that's the next person I'd like to connect with.
Amazing. So with the half brother that you guys look like you grew up together because you look similar. And you looked like you had the same body language and you seemed very relaxed.
Oh, we talked for like 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah, we just sat in a restaurant, and I'm sure it was really annoying for the waitress, but we just sat there talking, and we were like cutting in, and because I have ADD, so I'm like, "Hubba." And he was cutting into me, and it was so good, and I was so nervous to go meet him, but him and my sister-in-law, they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing.
Were there tears?
There was tears before,
yeah.
And then on the drive home, I had some tears. So I was like, I'm not gonna cry.
I can imagine.
So.
That's a lot. That's like pent up over the years, where it's like it must just be kind of a relief.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And the whole way home, I'm like, I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, I belong somewhere. I belong. That's just gonna be my mantra for the week. I'm someone